What's up? Well, a lot of people in Florida, we were talking about boxing. You know what they were talking about? Floyd Mayweather. I was in Tampa, Florida. They talking about Floyd Mayweather. Is he coming back? That was it. They didn't talk about Danny Garcia. They didn't talk about Errol Spence. They didn't talk about Terrence Crawford. They didn't talk about Vasily Lomachenko. And they definitely didn't talk about the hometown hero, Keith one-time Thurman, who's supposed to be the unified champion or the legitimate champion of the welterweight division. Because he has, what, 2 belts? But since then, Keith has got his victory, a slim victory over Danny Garcia. He fought in a fight that many didn't feel was, the way Keith would fight in the last part. It went back to run time and trying to be safe. He ballooned up in weight, got married, got surgery on an injury that he had because he was out of shape. And he doesn't have the mind state of a champion or somebody who's anxious to come back to fight the people they had lined up for him to fight. He looks like somebody that wants to fight a tune-up, and that's about it. He's in no rush to fight Errol Spence. He's trying to push that fight back to 2019. And only Errol Spence. He's intrigued to fight Danny Garcia again. Not really too much with Sean Porter, even though he don't mind Sean Porter and doing that fight more than he would like an Errol Spence fight. And a lot of people's like, well, why is he trying to push it? And Thurman just want to make the fight bigger. Nah, it's a little bit more than that. Errol Spence, his eyes and his everything about him is set on Keith Thurman. Keith got 2 of the belts. Errol got 1. Errol beat Kell Brook, the guy that Keith Thurman did not fight. Okay? Errol will fight him or he'll fight Sean Porter. It don't make a difference. Sean Porter, I think, is injured and he's not ready to do what he needs to do right now. Errol and Keith Thurman should be fighting this year. Should not have to wait till 2019. This fight should happen in 2018 the way it's supposed to be. That's it. Cut and dry. No more time for games, Keith. So the problem is, this is why some of the fighters are not recognized, because they take so many gaps in between fights. And some of the fighters on PBC have been doing that. But you look at Terrence Crawford, who fought like 3-4 times. Some people don't even know it, or they still don't know who Terrence Crawford is because he's not really promoted unless he's fighting. I mean, he's on social media a lot, but he's not somebody that's really out there. He's not really at the events. He's not really somebody that's interview personable. He's mostly a Southern guy focused on his family and do that time and spend time there. And he's back to, doing his things instead of trying to push himself out there on social media, being involved in pop topics and where people would actually know who Terrence Crawford is. On the boxing circles, he's known. And this is one thing I'm very upset with Sean about. And that was the fact we lost those articles. He know that. He know that cut me like a knife. I was so upset when we lost all our articles on Boxing Social. And we basically started up when we did the new page. Oh, God. I was so mad. It was like a blow to the chest. Why? Because I had an article in there. I can't even reference y'all to go back to see it because it's gone. You know, it's all gone. I told people Terrence Crawford will be right here in the position he's in. He will be the best in the world. I told you guys that this was coming. But now I have no leg to stand on because I should have made a video about it because the video would still be here. But I knew Terrence Crawford would be here. I knew Mikey Garcia and Terrence Crawford will eventually have to fight each other. And then a decision will have to be made there as far as stylistically. When Mikey fights pretty much in one gear, Terrence Crawford has a variation of gifts that he could use to get the job done. But as far as Keith Thurman, it's time that Essa get off the pot. Because Errol's getting ready this weekend to fight Lamont Peterson, and you're going to get called out again. And when you have your tune-up, you should be next. And that's the bottom line. I don't want to hear I gotta talk to my trainers. I don't want to hear any of that, Keith. It's time to show up. And I'm out.